Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at a certain plane. It's a trijet and it's one of the most economical SSTs in the game. And that is of course the Boom Overture. I'm trying a new format for somewhat useless reviews. But anyways, let's begin. The max speed of this plane is 1,134 knots. Which is on the lower end of the SST spectrum, about on par with the Aeron SBJ. The stall speed is 168 knots, which seems fair for a plane of this size. And it's just a bit faster than the 2707 stall speed. The service ceiling is 19,000 meters or 19 kilometers, which allows for very high fuel efficiency. The range is 311 kilometers, although in practice it is actually lower compared to something like L2K for example, because this plane lacks afterburners. The capacity is 25, which is low, although its speed does make up for the low capacity, and its low capacity allows it to go to certain airports with low capacity caps with some very high supply and demand. Okay, maybe this might not be the best example. And it allows it to take charter jobs to said airports. Anyways, this plane can be bought from Kitesboro Airport. If you get lucky enough, you might be able to find one on sale, that's the wrong button, or you can buy it with 12 UP. Should you buy this plane? Of course you should. This thing prints out money like there's no tomorrow, especially if you have a loan, which doubles your money income but forfeits your WP income. And for those of you who don't know how to fly an afterburning SST with like super low range, but an afterburner to compensate, this is the plane for you. Because you can fly this plane like how you would fly a normal jet, but just fly higher, and you'll be completely okay. Now, without further ado, I'm gonna demonstrate how you should fly this plane. Okay guys, I taken a job to go to Aeronautica to transport this vehicle and the passengers in it. Note that this is at a 0.88x, 88 times job multiplier for supply and demand. Anyways, despite this plane having more range than a Concorde, well on paper, you actually shouldn't taxi and go to the runway, because that will waste valuable fuel, and this is an SST after all. Now, once you take off, you want to target something like 15 meters a second climb rate. That should be fine, and you can leave it like this while having your destination. Having your plane pointed at your destination. That should be good enough for this plane. In a conventional SST, we will be taking off and just rocketing way up high over there and then level out and fly forward. In the Overture, since it lacks an SST, it lacks an afterburner, we will have to fly it like a normal plane, slowly climbing and picking up speed. Okay, at about 4,000 meters, you should level out a little bit. Just slowly reduce the climb so you can gain more speed. This will be very beneficial since the more speed we have, the faster we can climb in the long run. Okay, at about 18,000 meters, you should level out. Even though this plane can go to 19,000 meters, I found 18,000 meters as a pretty decent holding point. Alright, so once you're over the airport, you should just start descending, although you can just descend earlier. But descending while you're over the airport saves time, and fuel on this plane isn't even that expensive, and you still have a lot of fuel to spare, even if you descend on the spot. This plane does not get speed brakes, so just make sure you don't overspeed and break your aircraft. You might have to circle around, a few times to bleed off some speed. Ideally, you would want to glide from 50 kilometers out. That would kill your speed a bit, but it will take some more time, but more time just means more UP if you think about it. And it will save some more fuel. I was slightly distracted, so that's why I had to make this type of descent, like this type of emergency descent. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention, the new update introduced the ILS system. Let's see if I can get it to work. Yeah, but basically, you want to make sure these two things are lined up in the little rhombus in the middle, and basically these lines show where you're supposed to go. If this line is high and it's above what I'm gonna call the x-axis, then that means you need to go higher. If it is below the x-axis, that means you have to go lower. If this line on the side is on the left of the y-axis, that means you have to go to the left, and vice versa with the right side. Anyways, I'm just gonna end flight here. And how much did I get from that? Let me just quickly see. 11,000 money. The refuel cost was only 8,000. So what's that? A positive 3,000 money gain, right? And you can make even more money if you get charter flights to some of these smaller airports with less supply and demand. A debuff, since nobody actually flies to them, which is pretty cool, and that compensates for the boom not having an afterburner, and you can still print WPM money in this plane. Anyways, you should get this plane, and that's my review of the Boom Overture. I hope all of you have an amazing day, and be sure to click the subscribe button and turn on notifications to see my videos when I upload them. Bye!